I know that many investors only invest or only like short-term investments and also, of course, investments that offer high returns. So, in this video, we will talk about platforms that offer us both things at the same time, investing in the short term for less than 6 months with a return of over 10%. There aren't many that offer us these possibilities, but there are some, and we'll see them all in this video. So stay until the end. Before we start, I would like to invite you to the Telegram community where you can share experiences and opinions with other investors, and also to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss more interesting videos about investments. Now let's get to it. The first platform I would like to talk about, which offers us the possibility to invest in the short term, less than 6 months and with a return higher than 10%, is ViaInvest. I don't usually talk much on this channel about ViaInvest, but if you follow my portfolio updates, you know that ViaInvest has a significant weight in my investment portfolio. It's one of the platforms where I invest the most money. If I don't talk much on the channel, it's because ViaInvest doesn't give much to talk about. And I also think that it is not a very popular platform among investors, probably because it is not a very visual or visually appealing platform. However, ViaInvest is a regulated platform that never had defaults, and we will be able to invest in different loan originators, all of which belong to the group that the platform belongs to. And here, if we manually invest right now, we will find many loans for a little less than 6 months that offer us a return of 11%. However, we will also have the possibility of investing in loans for 3 months, and these loans offer us a 10% return. That said, if we want to invest in these shorter-term loans, we usually won't have them available for manual investment at 3 months. We will need to set up our auto-investment strategy. As you can see here in my portfolio, I have different loans in which I am investing with that 3-month term at that 10% yield. And if we wanted to invest long-term, ViaInvest also offers us loans up to 1 year with 12%, even sometimes 13% returns. And if you want to start investing in ViaInvest, they currently have a welcome bonus for new investors. If you sign up using the link I leave below in the description, you'll get 1% of everything you invest during the first 90 days. Another short-term investment option is Mentos. On Mentos, we have many types of investments that go beyond loans, but here we'll talk about short-term loan investments. If we go to the investment portfolio for manual investment and apply filters to invest with a minimum interest rate of 10% and a term of 6 months, we'll see that we have different loan originators. Here, we have ID Finance offering a 10% return, but we have other loan originators offering a higher return, such as 12.5% by investing for nearly 6 months. The highest return we can find right now is around or slightly more than 14% on some loans that have a term of 1 month or even some less than a month. So on Mentos we have different options with different loan originators. However, we must keep in mind that when we are setting up an investment portfolio to invest in the short term and with high returns, the offer will be limited. And not all of the loan originators that Mentos offers us will be at our disposal. And moreover, in some cases, the originators we are going to invest in have a risk scoring, a risk rating, lower than other originators that give us returns or that we can invest in for a longer term. So we have to keep in mind that our diversification will not be so diverse. And although in Mentos we will normally be able to find options for short-term and high-yield investment in the manual market, the ideal is to set up an auto-investment strategy. And if you want to start investing in Mentos right now, they have welcome bonuses for new investors. If you sign up through the link I leave below in the description and invest at least 1,500 euros during the first month after registration, you will be able to get a bonus of 25 euros. Another platform where we can invest in the short term with high returns is Income Marketplace. This platform is also a marketplace where we will have different loan originators offering us different loan durations, which vary greatly depending on the loan originators and the types of loans. For example, in my portfolio, I have many loans with terms of 4 or 6 months, but I also have some that are shorter term, 2 or 3 months, and even some less than a month. Of course, I also invest for the long term, so I also have many loans in my portfolio that go beyond 6 months. To invest in income here, we are practically never going to find loans in the manual market. Right now, there is only one to invest in for less than 6 months. In fact, it is a bit more than 6 months and the return is below 10%. But if you look at the loans in which I have invested and which I have invested in because I have an auto investment portfolio configured, you will see that I have many that are short-term, which are for a few days, a few months, and those return is over 10%. Some even have a return of up to 13%. So for short-term investment in income, the ideal is to set up an auto-invest strategy where we can configure different filters to invest in loans at a minimum of 10% if that's what we want, and a maximum duration of 6 months. And if you also want to invest in income, they currently have a welcome bonus for new investors. If you sign up through the link I leave below in the description, you will get 1% of the average balance invested during the first month. And the platforms we are going to see now are newer platforms in the investment market. And because they are newer, they also tend to offer us a higher return. Let's talk about Hive 5 first. Hive 5 hasn't been in the market for long, and the loan originators we can invest in haven't been in the market for long either, some even less time than the platform. And it is offering us right now a return of 15%. Right now, we only have this loan originator in which we are going to invest in business loans. In reality, we are investing in this loan originator which in turn lends money. The return, as I was saying, is currently 15%, and we are going to be able to invest almost all the loans we have available right now, and they are around 3 months in duration. Here it is also more convenient to invest automatically, but we could invest manually if we wish. Loans are usually available. And if you also want to start investing in Hive 5, they have a welcome bonus for new investors of 0.5% of what you invest during the first 3 months if you register using the link that I left in the description. Another platform that's also new in the market is Loanvest, and it also offers us short-term investment with a high yield. Even now, we have loans that offer us up to 16%, but this is a one-time promotion. What we will mostly find are loans for almost a month, almost all of them, and with a yield of 13.60% most of them. However, right now we will also find loans at 16%, and the terms of these loans are usually 3 or 6 months. So Loanvest can also be another option for short-term investment with high returns. Additionally, one advantage of Loanvest for short-term investment is that its buyback guarantee is at 30 days instead of 60 days. This means that even if a loan is delayed, we will only have to wait 30 days for that loan to be repurchased, which is why this is better for short-term investment. And if you also want to start investing in Loanvest, they have a welcome bonus for new investors if you register using the link I left in the description, offering 1% of everything you invest during the first 3 months. Another platform also new to the market is Loanvest, offering us a return of 10% if we invest for 3 months and 11.5% if we invest for 6 months. We also have the option to invest for 1 month, where they would be offering us 9%. And right now, we only have one originator available in Mexico. If you also want to start investing in Loanvest, their welcome bonus for new investors is 1% of everything you invest during the first 3 months. And let's talk now about some alternative options such as the Lender Market platform. I am not investing in Lender Market at the moment. I did in the past, but they have had pending payments, and there are still investors who have pending payments on this platform. For now, I'm not going to keep investing, but they do have the option to invest in the short term. We're going to have quite a few loans for 2 or 3 months that offer us a high return of 12%. Here it is also ideal to invest using the auto-invest strategy for short-term investments. Lender Market also has welcome bonuses. You can check it out below in the description. Another option for short-term investment is Escatit. However, in Escatit right now, there's a lot of cash drag, but we could set up our auto-investment strategy and there will be some loans available for short-term investment at certain times. Certainly, in the manual market, we are not going to find that type of loan. Normally, sometimes there is not even any loan available to invest in. But I repeat, on this platform there is quite a bit of cash drag, which will make it more complicated to have our money invested, especially if we want to invest in high yield and short-term loans. But if you want to start investing in Escatit, they also have a welcome bonus for new investors. If you sign up through the link I leave in the description for 0.5% of everything you invest during the first 3 months. And if we wanted to invest beyond personal loans in business loans or real estate, it would be a bit more complicated because there aren't many options for short-term investments. However, to invest in business loans, Debitum occasionally offers some short-term loans. For example, my investment portfolio includes some loans with a duration of less than 6 months, which are offering me a return of about 10% or slightly more. Of course, here we would have to set up the auto-investment strategy to catch these loans, and in Debitum we can only set up one auto-investment strategy at a time. But if we want to invest in business loans, it can be a good option and the only one right now to invest in the short term in this type of loan. If you want to invest in Debitum, right now they have a welcome bonus for new investors of 1% of everything you invest during the first 30 days. And for real estate investment, there is no option where we can invest for less than 6 months and get more than 10% return. The closest option would be to invest in DomoBlock, where we will find terms ranging from 8 to 12 months, and the returns are always above 10%. In fact, in some of the projects that have already been returned, they have been returned ahead of schedule, before the estimated deadline, and in some cases we have also seen some at 6 months. And we have seen some projects that were returned before the estimated time, like this one that was returned before 5 months or one that was returned before 4 months, but we should take into account the estimated deadlines. And the returns usually exceed 12%. And if you want to start investing in DomoBlock, if you sign up using the link I leave below in the description, you will get 50 euros after your first minimum investment of 500 euros. Now tell me, what is your investment strategy? Do you invest only in the short term with high returns? Tell me on which platforms you invest, leave it in the comments below, or if you prefer, I also invite you to the Telegram community where you can share experiences and opinions with other investors. Before you leave, I would like to ask you for a like, a thumbs up. It makes me happy and helps the channel grow. I would also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more interesting videos about investments. See you very soon.